All right, so Wilderness Tours, Entrepreneur's Getaway, between the Rookie and Entrepreneur of the Week. So we thought we'd be able to do this here. So congrats, boys. Congrats, Rookie of the Week.
Thanks,
You thought you had it done. You were,
Yeah.
you were talking to me last night. When's the Gazette coming out? I think I might have got it done, and you did. And then this is 2 weeks in a row. I talked to you like
back to back
twice now in like 5 days. So again, what are you guys doing? So you talk about so you booked 5 and produced 6 last week?
Book 6 and produce 5.
So okay, so book 6 and produce 5. So making progress over your production. That's awesome. So what were you doing last week?
Well, I mean, in business as in life, sometimes you just get lucky, right? And yeah, no, some fortunate events for some of the other operators in Niagara, which had some positive effects for me. Just picked up some extra PCs and was calling through them, early in the week, and then calling through them again later in the week. Few estimates, just following up on those phone calls, and I hit Press Club, and I was gonna cash it in there, but then I'm like, remember what Aaron said, you never stop at your goal, you just keep going. Momentum's always happening.
Man,
so,
it is, man.
yeah.
Momentum is always happening. You're right. I think that what you're saying when you say you got lucky, but you also just said you just like pounded PCs at the end of July.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people right now that could make some progress on their PCs if they just put the energy in, but you're kind of like, I don't know, like I haven't talked to them this year, like if they already got it done. It's just one of those things where you're like, is this person, there's like this like awkward friction of like, how am I gonna start calling a PC at the end of July? But
Yeah.
what were the conversations like?
Yeah, no, I mean, there were definitely some PCs in St. Catharines that just hadn't been called, and some of them are like, well, you didn't call me early on in the season, so they didn't want the work. But those repeat customers, like, they just have a loyalty to College Pro, so I was able to pick those up. And I mean, for me, it had been a while since I had PCs to work with in Fonthill, so I just sit in my car making phone calls is a lot easier to me than running from door to door and trying to get leads that way. So yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. So again, if you got PCs that are on your list, you got somebody who you called 6 times. I mean, I think of like my neighbors across the street. Now this year's a different year, but they would normally be in Florida. So like if you miss somebody 5-6 times or whatever it was, or like maybe it's their second home, or maybe it's who knows what it is, and you can actually get a hold of them. I think the other piece of it too, PCs, and talking about PCs, there's a lot of people that we only have home phone numbers for because they've been our customer for a decade when home phones were actually a thing still. And now you call and call and call and call, but their phone's not even connected to something.
Yeah.
So going and finding those people, basically what I'm hearing you say is there's still a lot of room in PC lists if you go and do it.
For sure there is. And and even if they're not interested in the window cleaning, obviously there are other services we offer in the fall and things. So especially those people that have gone to College Pro in the past, there's a lot of things that they like about the company, and he needs to reach out to those people. They're our allies.
There you go, man. Well, congrats, Rookie of the Week again. You were like sweating there for a couple days. Like, I think I did enough to pull it off.
Yeah.
And you got one, so congrats, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Jamie, we talked last week. You booked 10K. I think it was last week. You're talking about Facebook and a ton of leads. What's been going on with you? Same stuff that you were doing last week is just flowing into this week, or anything different, or what's been going on?
Yeah, I would say a lot about from last week is just kind of flowing into this week. So when I make a Facebook post, I'm scheduling my estimates 1 to 2 weeks out, depending on what area we're in. As we know, we're in the Ottawa Valley right now, and you guys know that my turf is really, really spread out. So I don't do all my estimates like within the day that I get them, kind of thing. I have to schedule them. So it really helps me like front load obviously my week, but I can also use that to kind of develop a good continuous like flow of customers coming in both weeks. And then also a lot of my PCs that I have gotten in the past through Facebook are looking to get those additional services because they're seeing like what the types of services that we provide and the types of jobs that we're doing in the area, and they're just like, well, can we get that too?
Yeah.
so yeah, it's definitely a lot of overflow from last week too, like, and doing some follow-ups. Like I did a lot of estimates last week and this week, so it's just kind of nice to see and try and follow up with those people. I'm hoping to have another good week this week because it's just kind of like keeping my momentum going.
The momentum is everything. I think what you're talking about too, though, is super cool in that those PCs that you've done work for wanting other services based on other people. So even little things, it's like, hey, like for some of the neighbors, we've been doing this service. I wanted to actually check back with you to see if it might be something you're interested in, and all that kind of stuff I think matters a ton. And it's the last week of July. You guys are booking a ton of work still. It's more about the operator, I think, than it is the market. There's no denying the market is different now than it would have been beginning of May. But I really do think that August is better than July. People go, I'll get to that, or I was going to do that. Well, now it's August and they haven't. So there's tons of stuff left there. to get out there and get fall work, to get other services done. We still have a whole month left in the summer, let alone 3 months left in our production season. If someone had like quote a normal summer job, we actually get to go have a beverage in the Ottawa Valley and hit some white water on a Wednesday. Like, we can do that, but I also think like no one would just mail in their summer job 4 weeks early. Yeah, like you would keep working, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the truth of it. One of like the most exciting things for me right now is that I produced actually what I did in my first year last week, and I just hit my bookings. I surpassed what I did in the complete season, including fall last year.
Super cool.
It's just the momentum that you can kind of build up and keep moving. And like the other thing is the urgency too. Like if you create a sense of urgency within your customers through Facebook, making a call to action in my posts, people see a deadline and they see it as they need to get an estimate done, or else they're not going to have an opportunity to get the work done.
For sure. I think I always call August is like the Sunday of summer. You know, like you got to get it done, or you're not going to get it done. So again, I think that's awesome. Congrats, Entrepreneur of the Week. Congrats, Rookie of the Week. Awesome, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. If you're watching and listening, we got to get back to some kiddie pools here. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Congrats, guys. We'll talk soon. See ya.
Sounds good.